Hello everybody. Happy late Thanksgiving. Today I'm going to do a video on some technology that we use out in the field. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get onto a site due to COVID restrictions, and we don't really have much going right now, so I just took this time to do a little demonstration of what we do out in the field when we're digging in culverts, and we do a little tile work, not much, but when we do, we use some equipment, and this is what I'm going to talk about today. So over here, I just set up the laser level. It's pretty similar to the class, or pretty similar to the one we use in class in surveying, CM271. It's just a Spectra, and now Spectra is owned by Trimble, and I talked about that earlier in the semester. I'm kind of a Dirtworks guy, and Trimble is one of the biggest names in the grading systems. So basically what you do to set this system up, I have a, like I said, laser level, my stick with my receiver. Then I have a boom mounted receiver, and then inside the cab, get over my pile of dirt here. Inside my cab, I have one in the cab. Now it's similar to a stick mounted one, or not the stick one, the one on the grade pole, excuse me. So this one basically is so you don't have to strain your eye and look at that one. You can kind of see the blinking lights on it. So that basically is so you don't have to strain your eye and look at that. That's just right there in your face. It tells you exactly what you're looking for. So I dug my hole, and I got, so how you set this one up is you obviously turn your laser level on. You figure out what we're saying this is the outlet of, for say, let's say it's culvert. So obviously I drop the stick down in the hole. It's about 3.5 feet deep. And then I got my excavator into the position that I want, because in order to use the stick mounted receiver and the one inside the cab, I always need to have my excavator boom and stick in a position that I'm going to remember. The position that I go with is a flat bottom bucket. So I'm always going to be looking at the bottom of that bucket if it's flat. And this thing, I'll show you in a little bit. If that thing's beeping green, and then if I'm looking at my receiver inside the cab, if that's green, then I know I'm good. When my stick is straight up and down, and my bucket is completely flat. was just a little taste of what this system offers. Basically, right now I got Dad come down. He's helping fill the hole back in so I can talk and you can kind of see the excavator in operation. Dig the hole, fill back in the hole. But anyway, so when it's just like a two-man operation or a smaller operation like this system's designed for just that. So while he'd be digging the trench, I'd have the dozer after the pipe was laid in there. I'd have the dozer and I'd be filling in the trench. Meanwhile, he'd be digging the trench and we'd have guys dropping pipe in the ground halfway along the spectrum there. But yeah, so I guess I could talk a little bit more about this. This one's a little more advanced than the ones we used in class. You can change the different grades on here. So obviously you have your X and Y axis. Well, I'm using the Y axis. You can kind of see them. You're looking at it there. So you can change it. Percentages, you can, if you want 1% grade, well, that's 1 inch of fall, or in this case that'd be 1 inch of rise over 10 feet. And then you just enter that in, the laser readjusts, and then you go from there. Some other features that it has is grade match, which is super nice for smaller applications as well as larger scale applications. Say you need to say you needed to dig a trench from that tree over there to right here. Well, obviously, you can't really see this in the camera, but there's 2 or 3 feet of grade difference there. And if you wanted to keep the pipe the same distance below ground, say to avoid frost or whatever, you'd go on here. You can go into menu, and then this is grade match. So what you do is you set your transit. So say we wanted to end here, like I just said, and we wanted to start over there. Well, I just go over there with my grade pole and receiver, grab that, hit grade match, and it would match the grade from that point to this point. Say this is our outlet and that was our inlet over there. Well, then you would just go down whatever amount of feet to get away from the frost or whatever your desired depth is. Well, it would keep a steady grade all the way to this point. Yeah, so that's basically just a quick rundown of just some of the different tools that we use for grading, and there's a lot more applications to them. Obviously, I'm sure people have run into the total station setups, the GPS setups. I wish I could have talked more about that and actually showed you guys a little bit more on that, but like I said, I couldn't get on a site that had them. And yeah, those are bigger money, more advanced systems. This is more your generic, basic, if you want to call it a farming system. So, yep, that concludes this video. Hope you guys enjoyed.